Washington State Route 522 is a 25-mile highway of statewide significance, connecting several of the metropolitan area's major highways, including Interstate 5, Interstate 405, State Route 9, and U.S. Route 2. The highway is the primary route for Seattle area residents to access Stevens Pass, Wenatchee, and Chelan County. While 13 miles of this roadway between Woodinville and Monroe has been upgraded to 4 divided lanes of highway, the Paradise Lake Road interchange and a 3-mile stretch between Maltby and the Snohomish River reduces to 2 lanes, which is causing real hardship on those who rely on the roadway and is having significant negative impact on economic development, public safety, education, the environment, and residents' quality of life.
Well, I'm also a mom in the community. I have a 21-month-old and I have a 4.5-year-old. And I get really emotional about this because I don't get to see them very often. I have to get to work to get ready and to prepare for my lessons, which means that I have to leave my house before my children wake up. And then it's only 8 miles away from my house, and it takes me sometimes 45 to an hour for me to be able to get to work in the morning.
When buses are late, they will announce that. We all have to be really flexible. Each day, we never know when they're going to be late or when we can start on time. My 1-2 block, which is impacted, first thing in the morning, is always behind my 5-6 block.
We know in education that we have to get all of our kids through high school with the ability to continue to learn after college to be successful in the 21st century. The more school they miss, it just makes that problem harder. So for some of our students that we have to catch up in middle school to get them back on track, it impacts them like doubly. So not only are they missing class time, they're already behind, and that just makes it harder for us to catch them up to where they need to be successful. So.
This 3-mile stretch of roadway and congestion at the Paradise Lake Road interchange is more than an inconvenience to residents and teachers. It is also causing a serious threat to public safety when first responders are trapped in traffic.
522 in our fire district runs from the King County line up to Monroe, and that stretch of highway has had 58 injury accidents in the last 12 months, and those aren't counting the accidents that are non-injury. Our response times are hindered on several ways, certainly going to those accidents where we're trying to get those accidents and traffic's blacked up at both lanes. So your relative that's not breathing, your house is on fire, and we have apparatus that's really at a standstill in that traffic, that they're wondering what's taking the fire department so long to get there. And we're trying to get there as fast as we can, but we're stuck in traffic. And it doesn't matter how many lights or sirens and horns you sound, they can't move.
The impacts are real for us as well as the environment. In addition to emissions from vehicles sitting in traffic, this 3-mile stretch of roadway has 12 culverts that are not in regulatory compliance with state environmental laws and over 5 miles of streams that are directly impacted.
So by replacing these 12 culverts, it's going to open up 5.6 miles of streams, which will help our fish habitat, but it'll also help our wildlife that are trying to get across the highway. With 12 culverts being replaced, these will be wide enough that wildlife can now go underneath the road and not have to cross the highway and risk accidents and risk being hit. So there's a lot of toxins that come off of this highway, and by doing this project, we will be able to see filtration efforts taken care of that will lead to a better overall quality of environment.
The economic impacts on business and families are significant and real. In 2019, a new Amazon fulfillment center will open in Maltby, which will make it even harder to get products and services to market.
All of the guys that have service businesses in the area, whether it's heating, plumbing, electrical, I have friends with electrician companies, we all complain about the same thing. We know that in the morning and in the night, we have to schedule our days so we're not paying overtime to our employees to sit in traffic.
It's really important that we find a way to get our traffic moving and make sure that we're accommodating for the increased number of residents in both King and Snohomish counties. We've really seen our traffic levels increase through the city of Duval when 522 is backed up. We sometimes have backups coming into Duval in the morning of 2 to 3 miles, and in the afternoons, the entire city is completely gridlocked.
These citizens, communities, businesses, schools, and first responders need your help. They're counting on the legislature and the Department of Transportation to approve funding and solve this problem as soon as possible. Please act in this legislative session to help these communities solve this problem.